looks like we got a new friend!
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Conan Grains of Sand. First thing to address, if any of you find out you're having problems with Twitch chat today, please log out and log back in with a new security token. I believe there was a security update last night or something. A lot of people were having trouble, so try that as your first port of call. Before we go around and say hello to these lovely faces returning to our table today, let's go through our announcements. First of all, I'm here for the crying children. Beautiful. Beautiful. First of all, our social links, Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Go and check them all out. Discord, where you can be part of an inclusive, safe community where you can discuss TTRPGs and all sorts of other things. Twitter, send me a DM and I'll get you in one of our many viewer games. We are running 2 lots of D&D 5e, 1 Monster of the Week, 1 Ryutama, and 1 Cypher System this season. So if you want to get in on any of them, send me a DM and I will sort you out. Also, YouTube, all of these games will be going up on YouTube in the week between now and the next game. Next, we have a Patreon. On Patreon, you guys can support me for as little as $1, and every dollar is very much appreciated. We also have articles that go up regularly from Radianar that will that are free to go and view. There's also some on there from Archmeter. Lastly, merch. We have merch. Guys, head over to Redbubble. Today, if you use the code TAKE20, you can get 20% off on all merch site-wide, including my merch. So, yeah, go and check that out. We also have some sponsors. Bird in the Storm Publishing, who create D&D content for D&D 5e and other TTRPG modules. We played a Midnight Weald on Clearing the Midnight Weald on our channel recently, and you can find that video on YouTube. It was a good time. Also, we have Mage Hand Press. Mage Hand Press made the Dark Matter Alpha, which is a D&D 5e expansion in sci-fi, and pretty much any sci-fi fandom you have, you'll probably find in that book, and you can catch up with it there, and you can see our latest season of that on Thursdays at 10 PM EST. Also check out our panels below. We have erasavad.com, we have tabletoploot.com and rooinc.com, each of which I have discount codes for. Go and check out the panels below, where you can see the discount codes and get links to their website just by clicking on the images. Lastly, we do have a tweet today. Every 10 retweets will get us a new a random rolled potion for someone to drink. Without much further ado, let's go around and say hello to everyone. I can't remember which order we went in last week, so this week we're going to go clockwise, and I will start with Torn Pixie Twitch. Oh, hi!
Hi guys, I'm Torn Pixie. I DM, I play, I stream, and if you need to find me on Twitter, you can find me at Torn Pixie Twitch.
So already, as I went to check Twitter, we've already hit 10 retweets. So thank you very much, everyone, for the retweets. On to 20. Next around, we have Dark Aardvark. Oh, hi, Natalie.
Oh, hi. I am at Dark_Aardvark on the Twitter. You can find me there and the shenanigans I'm up to. Working on making some props. I do some 3D modeling and that sort of 3D printing and prop making sort of stuff. Tabletop role-playing games. Love inclusion and accessibility talk, all about being an ally for others. Everything's more fun when everybody's included.
Fantastic, thank you. So already seeing chat talking about corn Pixie Twitch. Damn font with the strange tease.
Like I got a new friend.
Next around, we have Chaotic Rogue, also Natalie. Oh, hi!
Also Natalie. Hello. I love that there's two Natalies. It's wonderful. I actually genuinely enjoy it. Hi, I'm Natalie, also known as Chaotic Rogue. You can find me, which is just Chaotic Rogue on Twitter. Just Chaotic Rogue, though. There's somebody out there that is like a period in between. That is not me. Don't be fooled. Not invitation. Anyways, I do streams sometimes of the week. I do really stupid stuff online, like quote some of my D&D sessions, which is apparently what I'm doing a lot of lately. And then, I don't know, that's pretty much me. I talk about a lot of weird stuff. And yeah, basically a pirate rogue right now. It's a lot of fun. That's me in a nutshell.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And also thank you to Kentucky Hawkeye, who donates so that Torn Pixie Twitch and Natalie Aardvark both get rerolls, and now everyone has a reroll going into the game, so thank you very much. Lastly, but most certainly not leastly, we have Sheepdog. Or Daddy Sheepdo, if you prefer. Oh, hi.
Hello, I'm Sheepdog. It's nice to meet you all.
Wonderful. Beautiful intro. I loved it. I'm just trying to figure out, have I set your camera really low, or is your camera pointing upwards since I set it?
My camera's actually I'm also slouching. I'm kind of down here.
So and we have Daddy Sheepdog. Oh, hi, everyone. Well.
Perfect.
I'll try and sit up. It's cool. There we go. Feel like I'm back at school.
You gotta look after your lumbar support, man, you know. It's important. So everyone, last week we escaped slavery with a princess. We made our way east into the mountains, and it's only maybe a few months into the future, or weeks into the future, depending on your responses, that I'd like to pick up our tale again. At some point during our tale, weather, a sandstorm, is going to force us into a cavern to take shelter, or a cave rather, in the mountains. My questions are, and anyone may answer. First of all, how has the princess been on this journey?
Probably annoying.
She seemed demanding and trying to take charge. So, yeah, I imagine she's probably been insisting that we go the opposite way, the way she wanted to go to begin with.
Okay.
But we blatantly ignored her.
Really doesn't catch that her problems aren't our problem.
Yeah.
So that sort of answers my next question: is how do you respond to her? How long?
So much love and encouragement.
How long is it that you put up with her before you enter this cave? Is it just a couple of weeks? Is it 3 weeks, a month? You've got miles and miles, hundreds of miles to travel in only one horse. So,
And no one touches the horse.
yeah, looking at it, you have about, heading north along the eastern side of the mountains, you've got about 1,000 kilometers to travel, or around 650 miles. So, plenty of time if you would like. For how long until you find this cave?
I'm assuming we're not being followed or pursued, as far as we can tell, at least.
I will say no. Not that you can tell, no.
That's good.
I should have a doom counter somewhere on the screen.
No. Okay.
I'd say if
But I do
If-
agree.
if we go through the desert for more than like 3 weeks without a sandstorm, it's a pretty poor desert. So I'd say about 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks. Did I give? I'm hearing from Mimir and Elandra. Oh yeah, no, you're right. I got my Natalie's confused. Thank you, Doc Aardvark, for correcting me. It's actually 2 rerolls for Natalie and still no rerolls for Natalie.
I
See?
can share, don't worry.
You can all just be as confused as I am. I don't care anymore.
You hate this life choice.
I did. This is true. I'm just looking at my name as well, and yeah, the T's really do look a lot like the C's, don't they? Oh well. So we enter this cave today. Actually, no. We start as the sandstorm starts to pick up. As the sandstorm starts to pick up, the princess stops looking around. The wind is picking up somewhat. I think we should make camp. We should set up a tent to try and protect ourselves from the wind.
Right. And who feels like listening to the princess this time?
No. I'm gonna walk in with my horse.
Do we see the cave? Like, can we see it kind of that we're actually eventually going to approach it, or?
Yeah, you can sort of you can see like a trail that leads into the mountains a small way.
Okay.
There's maybe some sign of a civilization there, some sort of signpost, or maybe an old, not like an alarm, but like an old ornament hanging on one of the rocks, or maybe some graffiti on the rock, like a cave drawing.
Can we see the brunt of the dust storm approaching?
If you take a look, having heard the princess's claim, yes, you will notice that the sandstorm. There's going to be a sandstorm. It's fairly certain at this point. Any of you used to the desert may have been expecting this at some point.
Having seen a couple of sandstorms at this point, does it look like we have a shot of making the cave?
Oh yeah, it's like really early on. Like the wind's only just starting to pick up. You can see the clouds darkening and the wind really picking up in the distance. You've got time.
Okay. Maybe not so much throwing out a tent right now, but we should definitely pick up our pace. Looks like a cave or something ahead We could use that.
That'll be way better than dealing with the tent here. So,
Yeah, I would guess. I haven't done the tent.
I feel like in a sandstorm, a tent's not going to stand much of a chance.
Oh, I'm sure a tent would be fine. We just hide behind the canvas.
How many sandstorms have you been in, love?
Well...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, how about we side with people who've done any amount of adventuring, period, and trust that a cave is probably going to be our better bet. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
You do realize that I'm royalty, right?
You do realize I really don't give a... Nope, you're a child. I should probably watch my language. Right, so I don't care. We are all in this together, darling, whether or not you like it, so...
She sort of stamps her heel, but this is not the first time I imagine that you guys have overridden her decisions, and she knows how it's going to go.
Yeah.
She knows I will argue her into the ground.
She meekly accepts. I think we'll throw in this little bit of flavour as well, Huda. Every so often, she feeds Schlipney. Schlepnir. I knew it was Slippy or something like that.
Yeah.
She gives Schlepner treats whenever she can.
And for the record, like, in terms of day-to-day, like, food and things like that, like, if she asks for food or water in kind of like a commanding princessy way, Hodir will do that. It's just when it comes to, like, orders and saying what we should do, no. So.
Okay.
He may have, because I doubt anyone else is doing anything, he may have kind of become like a butler at this point for her.
So she's kind of got you a little bit.
In terms of like, in terms of like, I'm hungry or something like that, he'll get her food and stuff like
so
that.
in her mind, the resistance is Alandra, not Hodir.
No, in terms of like, if she's like, I think we should go this way, or I think we should do that, it's absolutely not. In fact, while everyone's talking to her, Hodir has wandered, carried on. Like, he's 100 paces away at this point, just ignoring everyone.
Okay, well, she'll follow you meekly as you head towards this cave.
Alondra just doesn't shut up, so she definitely just keeps arguing.
And my god, does she know?
Oh yeah.
She walks along. These mountains, apart from the initial sign on the stone, which was very faded, the mountains themselves are quite bleak. There's no real signs of civilization on these mountains. They are essentially just a passageway, but perhaps once what the sand now covers, this was once a maybe even a causeway into the mountains for some reason, maybe an old mine or something. The cavern itself is small. The cave is quite rounded. It looks almost like the top of an arch. Getting inside, you can see some fine stonework, but it looks a lot like a ceiling. Like this has been heavily filled with sand. And of course, getting into the cavern, the winds die down somewhat.
That's nice. Does it look like there's any animals around the mountains, or like, I'm talking in terms of setting up, if we're going to be here for a sandstorm, might be worth, they'll probably be hiding though, I don't know. I was wondering if it was worth like setting up some traps or anything, but
why don't you give me a survival roll?
alright.
Anyone can do this, actually.
Okay. Am I good at it? Oh, we'll see how this goes.
Damn.
Nope. Not Alondra.
Well, win on the sea.
Okay.
I'm arguing. I'm also, used to water, not so much this whole sand thing.
Okay.
Everybody else is good.
So yeah, this was only a difficulty 1 check, so you gain 2. You gain 2 momentum for your pool. Your pool, which I believe we left at
6.
6. Yes. I did make a note somewhere. I knew I made notes. So your pool will now be 8. You can find on your way into the tunnel, you can spot some tracks. You know this cavern is home to some small lizards. We'll say that one of you is also able to find some water, maybe a small cacti or something that you know holds water. And you got a ton of successes basically. So anything you need, you guys can narratively take.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah, then I think I'm gonna go off and sit in the dark in the cave and snatch some lizards
Yeah.
and cook them, obviously.
We could probably cook it with some of the cactus after we've got the water out.
Mm.
Sounds good.
Sounds delicious.
Praise Zamora. I'm so hungry.
Yeah,
Oh,
you might want to start doing something, start carrying a bit of weight around here, learn some skills.
Okay, I'll
Why don't
invest-
you come get cactus with me?
Oh, okay, I can do that, or I could investigate the cavern.
I think we've got other people that could investigate. I think you need some life skills.
Okay. And she will follow you.
Okay.
Can anyone remember what I named this princess? I can't remember what I named this princess.
I don't think she
yes.
has a name, did she?
no,
Oh,
Christinia,
Christinia.
wasn't
Christinia, there we go. I wrote it
Christinia.
down somewhere.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's make a big note of that so I don't forget again. So she'll come out with you to help you gather some cacti. The sandstorm is rolling in. It gets pretty tough by the time you head into the head back into the cavern. However, you are well set up. Hoda, whilst you are catching lizards, one slips your grip, and you see it dive down a hole. And as it dives, it draws the
Point
sound.
of order. I hear it dive down a hole.
You hear it dive down a hole. Good point. So you hear it dive down a hole.
Well, you know, sometimes they get away.
Mm.
I'm going to shuffle back and start cooking up the lizards.
Fantastic.
Alondra will probably be tending to whatever fire whatever we come up with to help cook these lizards and whatnot. So
I think this might be where your 0 survival comes in. It's not a complication, but we'll say that maybe it takes you a little while to get the fire going.
oh yeah, probably. I'm normally on sea. There's not normally a fire on there. Bit of a difference.
And the wind just keeps lapping in and taking things. Me too, FCMEA, me too.
Yeah. So I'm struggling a little bit. It's fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, we'll say you can get it lit by the time Hodor has returned with a score of lizards, but just narratively.
Just yeah. Perfect.
I would like to be exploring the cavern, especially if there's signs that there's some sort of craftsmanship that went into building it, and seeing if was that just the entrance to prop it up? Maybe if this was a mine, or if there's how likely it is to still be in use, that sort of stuff.
Okay, so why don't you give me a... I will accept observation, survival. Observation or survival. Okay, on one success, the the room feels quite too grand for a mine. A mine entrance doesn't have this sort of fine stonework. And near a corner where Hoda was recently hunting, you can just catch the pouring of sand. Not like a tirade, but just a gentle...
I don't believe we're on the first floor of the cave. I think this is an engineered structure more than a cave. If you listen close, you can hear the sand.
Is that right? I'm assuming you're saying this out loud, at least to some of us. Okay.
Looks
Is
like
that
we got a new
right?
friend.
Admittedly, I'm not too familiar with these types of things. It's not really my forte. Although, if you think there might be any traps, I'm normally pretty good with that.
It's not impossible, but I haven't encountered anything yet.
Right. Huh. So you think this is all created then?
It might have been an original cave that was expanded upon, and it's not just a mine. This is nicer craftsmanship
Looks
than
like
you
we
would
got
find
a
in a
new
mine
friend.
traditionally. So,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what it means, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's keeping us out of the sandstorm, and we'll see where it leads, I guess. Don't know how long that storm's gonna go on for, so we might be stuck here for a bit.
Yeah, I'll keep looking around.
So, I'm going to spend 2 of my Doom points
No.
to give you a slight complication. Only 2 Doom points, that's barely anything, so I'm now down to 3.
Oh, thank God.
As you stand, Tiliang, your foot slips in the sand, and very quickly it does become a tirade, as you are washed down through into a passageway, and sand quickly tumbles on top of you, obscuring your vision and partially trapping you. I would like some sort of
Welcome to the academy.
athletics or acrobatics roll, sorry, to try and break free. It will be difficulty 2.
And is momentum the thing that I can cash in to get an extra die?
Yes, indeed.
Looks like we
Um,
got a new friend.
I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Gamerade Kyoi, following me, reminds me that during the break we hit our follower goal, which means we have started with a potion. So I'm going to assign numbers. They'll be assigned in the order that we went round to begin with. So Pixie is 1, Sheepdog is 4. I can't type. Natalie. Ha 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 ha. Natalie. Natalie Tilly.
Made me look.
You.
Yes.
Can you please roll me a D100?
Sure.
A potion falls on your head as you're sunk below the sand.
Not only sand is falling on your head, but a potion as well.
Yes.
Have fun. You also now have a concussion.
But
Oh
very heavy.
hell! Let's chuck in the whole Doom pool.
I take everything back. Oh.
Alright, 76 for the D100.
Yeah, great. You slide down as you get to the bottom. It's less rather than last time when the bottles were opaque, wax sealed things. This is a glass vial you find, and it looks like it's full of ashes. But when you swirl the bottle, it moves like water.
Okay.
Or liquid, at least. Maybe slightly more. Wow, I've forgotten a word.
It was 2 on the acrobatics as well.
Yes, with the green box.
So
One of them-
green.
one of them was a one.
fantastic. Critical success. As you land on the floor, you spring free, showering sand everywhere, landing next to this vial. This vial. You can see the way up is sandy and it's going to be a climb, but you are now in a grand room. A grand room which has sort of big blocky stonework, but with aged but well-preserved architecture. Lots of sandstone and the mountain stone, which is more of a granite shaped into a beautiful, simple but beautiful mural on the wall. In this room, there is but a single door. This door, apart from the door you came in through, this door is heavily blocked. Stone blocks have been placed in front of it.
I'll hit the bottom and I'll pop up and I'll say, I'm okay. Got a bit of a climb. It is a nice big room down here, though.
Everyone, we lost Tilly. I don't know where.
I'm in the room below the room. It's nice.
Can I actually hear her? Hear them?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Okay, cool.
Did we liberate any rope with us?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm thinking we're gonna need it. I think Tilly's stuck under here somewhere. Remember that time I said traps? Perhaps I should have taken a look at this whole place a bit further.
It could have been structural.
Right. Well, we should get you out, regardless, unless you think we need to come down there.
Oh, well, there is a door down here that's blocked by some big carved stone.
All right.
Could be- I mean, if we're here for a while, it might be worth checking out.
I'm thinking that's a maybe after dinner type conversation we have.
Sure.
You do notice, though, Tiliang, that down here the wind doesn't lick you nearly so much as up in the sandy cavern.
It is much more pleasant down here than up there. That fire might be easier to...
You know what?
keep
Let's
lit.
not get into me in this fire, okay?
I've just got an image of like this pathetic little flame trying to take.
Fire goes out. Landra's just like, fine, I'm going down. Give it up here. I mean, you don't think we'd be stuck down there for, ever? Could probably.
I think I could climb out without the aid of rope. I mean, I can try coming up there first before we all come down.
Maybe try that first, and we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, so she'll go try to scramble up whatever she can to get back up to the upper level.
Yeah, sure. This will be a another difficulty 2 challenge. And if you pay me 2 doom, I will reveal a secret.
Oh Lord.
This session is sponsored by Tomb Raider.
No.
I'm specifically playing a curious character, so with all apologies to my fellow PCs, I'm gonna take the doom and learn the secret. I hope it's worth it. I'm sorry.
As you scramble, you find a you find a stone on the floor where the sand had just started covering it. It looks like a plaque that used to hang above one of the doors. It says sealed our salvation. It's sort of half a sign. It looks like it's been cut off. So top line sealed, bottom half our salvation.
All right. Is it something that I could carry with me when I'm scrambling, or is it a rather large sort of thing?
It is it's actually a sort of old wooden block. You could probably pick it up, but you'd have to be delicate with it.
Okay, I'll just leave it there, and I'll say, I'm making it up here, but there's a plaque that says something about sealed our salvation. I don't know.
You're not reassuring me in the whole come down there plan. Just saying.
It's not one that I'm trying to advocate for as offer as a possibility.
That's fair. All right. Do you need any help? You doing okay?
I think I got it, and keep trying to scramble up the side.
Yeah, like I said, DC2 check, athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned that.
So if you'd like to pay me a doom, I'll give you the success.
Can I just keep trying to scramble up?
It can take you longer, yes. If
Sure,
you
I'm
prefer,
fine with it.
it can take you a couple of goes.
I'm not playing an awesome sassy pirate. That's other Natalie's, so I don't mind looking a little foolish trying to scramble up the side here.
Your lizards will get cold.
It's good
Priorities, right?
motivation, thank you.
Why don't we do it like this? You can continue to roll until you do get 2 successes, but each failed attempt needs a narration. How does that sound? Is that cool?
A narration? Sure.
Yeah.
We missed one. The cold promise of a cold dinner, the hot dinner was the exciting thing, so it gets her to really buckle in and make her way up.
Wonderful. Right. You made it. What did you find?
There's a plaque down there, and it says it's wood, and it hasn't been preserved very well, but it says something about sealed, and then there's the portion missing of the plaque, and then it says our salvation.
Huh. All right.
Could I make a lore roll to try and suss out what that might be talking about?
Yes, by all means.
That's a 1 with a 1 each, a critical good and a critical bad.
Okay, so a critical good and a critical bad. You can tell from the pros that you've found your there's something here about a great treasure. Our salvation is written in a way which indicates this is let's say, what language do you speak natively?
From Zamora, I remember that much. Zamorian and Aquilinan.
Fantastic. We'll say this is written in Zamorian. The Zamorian language has 2 words for salvation. One is protective, the other is treasured. This is the treasured form. It means that something has been sealed away which is worth a lot. Possibly a humanity. You know, it's worth literally someone's salvation. However, on the crit success, you can also tell that the word sealed it relates to for our own good.
Okay.
There is treasure, but it is forbidden.
Tearing off hunks of my lizard. Ooh, this is good. Oh, based off. I mean, it's in Zamorin, the sign I saw, and salvation has two different meanings there. I think this one means treasure, but I think the sealed in there kind of makes me think that it's probably good that it's sealed in there. I don't know what.
So I'm almost thinking go for it, but that's me. So
Some things are sealed for
a reason. But I'm normally hired to get them out of those seals, so
It could be a tomb of a king or something.
perhaps. Well, if we get stuck in here long enough, it's not the worst thing we could do. How are those lizards coming?
Yes, they are good. Would anyone like another leg of lizard?
Like a lizard.
I would say that enough time has passed for Mimir and Christinia to have returned with many cacti. I will tell you now, Mimir, she was no help whatsoever. She was a burden the entire way. In the end, you essentially used her like a pack horse.
Better than carrying myself. At least we have plenty of water. Someone else takes her next time.
Right, we can take turns babysitting. It'll be fine.
I do not need babysitting, thank you.
Sure, you
It
don't.
is
Darling.
your food, princess.
Thank you, Hoda. You really are a darling.
Not a problem.
Do we have any water too?
Yes, here's some water too.
Thank you. Muted.
No,
Not
quiet.
sort of- not
Yeah.
sort of deliberate.
Most quiet, awkward dinner ever.
Well, isn't this quite
As we
quaint?
Yeah, right. It's a bit better than the tent idea, though, don't you think?
Oh, maybe. I must say, I am thoroughly enjoying travelling with you all. I've never been on an adventure before.
Really? What do you normally do?
Well, I used to stay in the palace, with my other sisters, and my father.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly doing the normal things, studying Aquilonian history, languages,
Mhm.
The usual.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a regular Tuesday for me.
Oh, I tell you what, one thing I do miss though, embroidery. I do miss embroidering. If I had an embroidery hoop right now.
Oh, God. Well, isn't that a shame that you just don't, darling? Huh. Right.
So, when do we find some treasure?
Well, you should listen to Tilly. She's found something rather interesting.
Oh, pray do tell.
Where
Tilly, want to share with a little adventurer?
Sure. This is
Could send her in.
the main floor, and there's a lower floor which I found quite by accident. I knew it was there, but was not expecting to wind up there. Anyway, it's a very nice room, something you're probably more accustomed to seeing in a palace or temple, but there's a door and it's blocked off, and there's some treasure back there that may or may not be dangerous. So that's real exciting.
She brims with excitement. Shall we go and check it out now?
Sure. Look, we'll head down there and we'll get a good jump on looking around better for everybody else while they finish their meal.
I will also give you the information as well that this isn't 2 floors. It's one room that's 2 floors tall. You were just the sand's piled so high in here from the open cave entrance that it
Gotcha.
seems like a 2nd floor.
Okay. Yeah. She would have stated that correctly.
Mhm.
I think so. Yeah.
Well,
I guess I'm headed down there with the princess.
I feel like I should go because I can help with traps, but I don't want to deal with the child.
by child
Really?
as well, I'm gonna call that she's about 24.
Oh, okay, cool.
Behavior.
Huh. Tilly, I'm gonna regret asking this. Do you need any help?
We're certainly not going to be able to move those blocks, and I haven't really encountered a lot of traps in my life.
Right. That's what I was worried about. Okay. And Alandra follows along reluctantly.
I think this is a bad idea, but shout if you need help.
Probably shouldn't let them go alone.
Are you volunteering to go with them?
I think I was voluntarily.
Well, have fun.
I didn't say I wanted to go.
So when you join the princess downstairs, you can see her tugging on one of these blocks. You can also tell that from the way she's tugging it, it's going to fall onto her if she actually succeeds.
I'm not the most against that. God, I'm really bad with children if you haven't noticed. That being said, if I look around, so I've got this talent, I don't even know what I'm doing, called It's a Trap. So you can spot covered pits, pressure plates, fulcrum, and just let this scroll, and other constructions designed to keep thieves out of burial chambers and treasure rooms.
Okay, fantastic. You can use that ability and you don't get any pings. Nothing pings at you. This is just
Nothing pings me.
This is just a bunch of blocks that someone's put in front of the exit or entrance,
Just
clearly
really
to block it.
Frustrating. That's all it is. It's not even a smart trap or anything. It's just really annoying blocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Right. Well, good news. I'm not finding any traps here. Bad news. It's an awful lot of blocks.
Yeah. They really wanted to keep it in there, or people out, or both, or...
Well, that's okay. Look here. She goes above the thing and she like brushes away the stone a little bit. This is the crest of the Zamorian royal family. If this was sealed by my ancestors, then I would say I'm within my rights to command it be opened. We can move the blocks with no problem. And of course, I'll help, Elandra.
Atta girl. You're learning.
Words don't move blocks, though, and these are heavy.
But you're really tough, Tiliang. I'm sure you could move them.
May not be a bad idea to try to get the other two to come down here to help us.
Mimir was so nice while we were out collecting cacti. She didn't shout at me once.
Oh, that's so good. She's so good.
Pixie internally screaming.
Mimir's gotten so good at that. That's so good. Right. So let's see if we can't get Mimir and Hodder out down here. Hi. Do you want to come help us? There might be something actually worth it. All right. That wasn't exactly a request. It was more of a get your butt down here.
If it was a living
Well-
danger, it probably died a while ago.
All right, here's an NA drop stat here. There just might be something useful, or just I don't even know. Maybe a different way out of here.
Maybe we could bring your Sleipnir and
You mean Sleipnir?
yes, maybe make it faster, and we don't have to deal with any more of the whiny one down there.
Which one?
Take your pick.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think this should be opened, but if you all want to open it, then whatever. But not my horse. My horse stays up here.
Okay.
Okay, I am coming down
That's
to help.
Well, I guess I'll go too.
The most reluctant tomb
I'm
entering.
pretty sure
They're
that
both
a
from the
horse
same
with 6
place.
legs would be very helpful and get this done faster than 2 men with 2 legs.
I mean, are we in a hurry? There's a sandstorm outside. Plus, if we go slower, it's less likely that there will be a problem, an accident.
Okay.
Plus, we're not using my horse.
So we're not using guns. Okay.
And yeah, I'll head down.
Fantastic. Well, removing the blocks will be an athletics check of difficulty 3. You need 3 successes. However, if one person has a success, that will reduce the difficulty of the next person, and so on and so forth. So essentially, you need a collective difficulty of 3.
Okay.
How's
That
it
was very
going?
great.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong,
It's
but that red box means there's a 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how everyone else rolls before we act on that
Oh no.
that
This is already
lovely
bad.
free complication there.
Hey!
2!
I don't have like that. It's good.
So the good news is that you have enough successes to remove the blocks and create a passageway. The bad news is that that Mimir and Tiliang both have critical failures. Now, critical failures equate to me 3 minor complications.
Oh god.
Stacking 2 together like that is kind of a major complication. So as the 2 of you go to pick up the last block that's blocking your way, it slips. And the 2 of you go with it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The...
So you just like slip down a hole, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a shallow pit. We'll make this a difficulty, a simple difficulty 2. Difficulty 2 acrobatics or athletics check to avoid taking any harm. You may forgo the roll for a price of 2 doom.
I'm gonna spend another momentum.
Okay, that reduces the momentum pool down to 6. Mimir's fine. Not very strong earlier, but ooh.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, even with the extra die, did you roll your extra die there as well? You did, I guess.
I did. That was 3. Yep.
Yep. So unfortunately, that is a failure. So you will take we'll call it. I've forgotten how big the health pools are in this game. How much health do you have? Are we talking Call of Cthulhu or D&D?
I just have wounds track.
Yes, stress
Yep.
track. That's it. It all comes
Yep.
flooding
Easy
back to
drama.
me. You will take 1 physical vigor stress. Remove. Looking at your character sheet, you should have a tick mark on a certain vigor. You will need to untick that and tick the one slightly lower.
All right.
I remember last week someone took some vigor stress harm that would be restored now, so you can put that back up.
I don't remember what it was.
I think you only lost 2 last time, so you can stick it up 2. That'd make sense.
Okay.
This is not a pit. It's not a trap. I didn't lie. Simply, the blocks were taken from this side to block the room. So it's less a pit and more of a makeshift miniature quarry.
Divot.
Both of you are covered in old vines.
Gross.
At least that's what they feel like at first, and then you realise that the damp composite material on you isn't in fact plant life. It is rotted wood from the door.
Ew. Ew. Not as Mimir, by the way.
Admittedly, I thought that was gonna be worse, so it's actually not.
I preferred the first fall.
Are you guys okay? You
Yes.
Perfect. Right. Well, wonderful. If we're not all dead, let's continue. I'm assuming the princess wants to continue.
Well, yes, they must have hidden some treasure back here somewhere.
Sure they did, darling. Right. Let's continue.
Andra, I thought you said you did this kind of thing.
I do. Normally it's more traps and moving way through, and I normally work with a whole bunch of soldiers who move these things for me. So.
Okay.
I don't normally know the lore or anything behind them. I just get hired to help them find traps and make sure they don't get dead. So far, I mean, no one's dead, so I'm not completely wrong.
Good job.
The passageway leads around. This seems like an old causeway. Like maybe a high street or something. The door was quite large, and this too is a large passageway. You could get a small cart down here. As you round the corner, you come out onto a ridge overlooking a very grand city. You can see jewels lining the rooftops. You can see fine metals lacing the buildings, and just a great show of wealth and a great show of skill, as this is surely one of the most beautiful cities to exist. Why it would be locked up is a question.
It's a thing that you look around and you feel a pit form in your stomach, right?
The doom pool's only at 5.
Only.
That only to make you all aware. Minor complication, 2 doom. Major complication, 4 doom. Something ridiculous, an obscene amount of doom. So you're good at the minute. You've only got 1 major complication. Yeah, that's fine.
Only one.
They literally say in the book, by the way, I looked up to make sure I was playing it right, and yeah, literally, doom does literally hang over you. So you're supposed to have this sense of foreboding as I build up doom. If that makes you feel any better about it.
It
Totally does.
makes me feel more accurate about my pain.
I don't feel wrong.
Oh, this is impressive.
What are we looking at?
It's a vast underground city.
Oh. So we should go back.
I agree.
Or
Underground cities are never good.
If it is a deserted city, there is a reason it is deserted.
I mean, the reason may not be existing anymore. Sometimes these places are deserted because they got taken over and then everybody left. So, I don't know. It's hard to say.
It was locked up. They left.
Right. Well, you want to go back out to the sandstorm?
Yes.
Fair. Tilly, what do you want to do?
I mean, the desert's dangerous. The underground city's dangerous.
Everything's dangerous at this point.
Everything's dangerous. So, might as well explore. Turning to the princess now, have you heard this is your ancestors of an underground city?
She hesitates. And then cautiously says no. No.
I want to do an insight check on that one.
Yeah, sure. On a 2 and a crit success, she notices you scrutinizing her. And she turns and says, "Well, it's ringing a bell, but not in the true histories that I studied, more in the stories that I used to hear about when I was a child."
That is interesting. Do you remember any more? A good noble keeps their people informed of dangers so we can help keep you safe and you can get back and tell everybody about your grand adventures escaping and investigating the city. So
the tale had a name. It wasn't just called the Lost City, but that's all we refer to it as. Of the Lost City, wondrous something. I remember. I can't remember, but I think it was known as the City of Children or the City of Youth or something like that.
that's interesting. Why would they abandon a city for children?
Not everyone likes children.
True, but they are necessary.
Suppose. Strange though. That's a weird one.
Did the tale say anything about why it was abandoned?
Oh. I remember, it was abandoned, and it was a good thing. But they lost a treasure. But the treasure wasn't the problem. I can't remember. It was a long tale, and I was very small.
Well, I mean that's better than what we had a couple minutes ago.
This alone.
I must admit I'm quite curious and
As
Would
am
like-
I.
would like to investigate it a little bit.
And I mean, if any of you are used to appraising the worth of things, you can see that even like a brick on one of these buildings would probably fetch you a fair amount.
I mean,
You took it back. If it is gold, you're at a distance, but an ingot?
that appears to be gold down there, and we wouldn't even probably have to go that far in the city to line our pockets with enough for the rest of life.
See, I can't see people building a place out of all these gems and metals
And then leaving it.
and leaving it easily.
Aye. But also, I kind of want to know why they left. I mean, it's great that there's all the gems and treasures here, whatever, but honestly, the mystery. It's kind of fun,
That's
isn't
how
it?
That's how you get cursed.
I'm already cursed, it's fine. You get over it. I don't know, I'm with Tilly on this one. Perhaps, maybe checking it out. Maybe we can just a little.
I'm quite excited by the idea of actually living one of my childhood stories.
That you cannot remember.
Still, it's exciting.
And we don't plan on living here.
Nah.
Done.
I mean,
Still.
I'm sure the people in the story lived in the city for a long time, so can't be that bad. Narrator. It was
Famous
very
last-
bad.
But it was.
Oh,
Well,
God.
I have had my say. I will stay here, and if you go down, I will come and save you when you are going to die.
That's oddly reassuring. Thank you.
It is my pleasure. And I crouch down with my staff and just trail stuff in the dirt that I can't see.
I guess I'll be one of the ones screaming for help.
So you volunteer this time.
Yes.
The eye roll, though.
I'm just going to offer up a little prayer to my god. Just, I want to check in with him, say, hey, what's going on? How you feeling?
Is that just verbal, or do you have any semantics that you'd like to do?
No, just tracing in the sand and mumbling under my breath.
Fair. It's a lot less sandy here, but there is like some dirt on the floor. You can feel like a layer of dust. Although when you touch it, it's kind of clingy, more like a spider web, like a mossy kind of spider web. But that doesn't quite accurately describe it. Just the dust sort of clings to your finger.
Well, get going then. Death does not wait.
Right. Shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Just get this over with.
If you need me, scream.
So as you get down towards the main thoroughfare of the city, the city has clearly been. They clearly had a town planner. You know, some cities just happen, and some cities are very clearly and precisely planned, where everything has a place and everything has its place. This is one of those cities. The main thoroughfare leads onto a long, dried-up fountain. On the main street, you can see that these buildings have signs on them, and if any of you understand ancient Zamorian, we'll say it's kind of similar to Zamorian. So Tiliang, you will understand the odd word. Christinia is fluent; she studied it. You can see things like apothecary, library, doctors, herbalist.
Do the shops appear? Does it seem like they left with haste and there's a bunch of stuff left behind, or did they clear out the shop? Clear out the shops and everything.
I suppose you would assume they left with haste.
Okay.
Nothing seems to be missing. Even the even things like I don't know. I'm trying to think of the things that people pick up in a panic. Even like child's toys and things that people hold dear are kept. They're still around. They're still. You're almost surprised not to see people. The space looks almost lived in, although everything is covered with this strange moss-like substance, more like dust than a spider web. It's not clingy enough to be a spider web. If any of you would like to investigate this substance,
I would.
I would happily take a. There was going to be something there.
Oh, I was like, I'm going to be in on this. Wait, what are you going to make us do? How much doom is this costing?
No, No doom. No doom. I would say it would be a healing roll or survival.
Okay.
But you will notice that all of the shops have a theme. This city was clearly devoted to people studying and researching medicines. And not just medicines, but also doctors, healing, all of that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go straight.
Okay, we all oh, the healing skill there, the critical success. With a critical success, Tiliang, all of you can tell this this moss-like material is more dust-like than anything else. You will see small blue motes in the dust, Elandra. Tiliang, you will see that this is some sort of fungus that has been growing. More pustules than mushrooms, though.
Has anybody ever seen? I don't even. Is this a moss or fungus? I don't. It doesn't look pleasant.
No.
I'm gonna take out the vial I found and kind of like compare and contrast and see if it might be of the same material.
Oh, they are nothing alike.
Nothing alike. Okay.
No. Where your vial is full of like ashes, which act like a fluid. This is. I mean, yeah, the pustules especially are like a growing fungus. They're the sort of thing that you might find on the underside of a log, or in a dark, damp place. It almost seems natural that they would grow here.
Sure. Kind of like a rot.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are visible everywhere, by the way. On all of the gold ingots, on all of the jewelry, along the ground, on the countertops. It's everywhere. When you look closely, you can even see tiny little pustules in spaces that look clear.
How out of the question would sort of knowledge of or making the leap to like an airborne sort of issue with the pustules and stuff?
You could speculate. You could speculate that there was an airborne issue. But on your critical success, healing 2, these are not harmful.
Oh, okay. I don't think they're harmful. And I'm gonna poke one.
As you poke it, do you poke a bigger one or a smaller one?
I'll poke a smaller one. And preferably with like a stick or not my finger directly.
Okay. So as you pop this small pustule into a little haze of like a purple haze that sort of flutters to the ground a few moments later. As it touches the ground, it becomes like the rest of the dust.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Huh. All right.
Perhaps they left the town because it was too difficult to keep clean?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Huh. Well, let's keep going.
Yep. I would like to be just stealing stuff. Like, oh, this is shiny and looks like it could buy me a couple years of not having to work.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And I'm not.
how far do you want to go with this? Because I mean, you could fill your bag here with enough to see you for the rest of your lifetime.
Sure.
The question is, do you want to grab some and then wait to see if you see any bigger scores and possibly fulfill a few other lifetimes as well?
There's plenty of options, so be a little discerning about stuff, but not. I mean, she's willing to dump stuff out for a bigger score. And
Okay.
also, actually, having worked as a fence, she's probably more interested in a bunch of smaller things.
Yeah. More interested in smaller things, and definitely going with the Skyrim method then, not overburdening yourself, but when you find something better, dropping the cheapest stuff. Got it.
Yes.
What would the rest of you like to be doing?
Mostly checking for traps so that way we don't, die down here.
Okay.
Mostly that, and I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can use.
That is a skill for you, right? Finding traps?
No, so it's a talent, so it's a trap. You can spot covered pits, pressure plates, fulcrums, and other constructions designed to keep thieves out of burial chambers and treasure rooms. That's all that was, I think, written for that. I don't know.
Okay, fantastic. So we'll say with this talent, as you wander for a little bit, Christinia says she's going into the library. She wants to study the ancient books. You maybe head over to the fountain, and when you get to the fountain, you see a house which looks quite different to the others. This one doesn't look like it was part of the original plan. It was built later. Still very solid, still made of fine materials, not the same gold, but fine materials, and you can tell that this building was not designed to keep people out. Getting into the building is very easily. It was designed to keep people in.
Huh. All right. Everybody, avoid this house. We are not going in. Unless you feel like living here forever.
No.
Just generally don't do it. Where's the child? Just make sure Princess doesn't get in this one.
You hear a cry from the library.
Oh, God.
A cry of surprise and delight.
Oh, never mind then. Are there tears?
She exits the building with a book in her hands. The book has the gold pages that older books used to have, not pure gold, but the ones that have gold along the top and edges. She leaves the she exits the thing with this book in hand and says, I remember the tale. I remember. This city housed the Stone of Healing, a wondrous item. It was said they could heal any ailment, perhaps even Hoda's eyes.
That's some stone.
That makes sense. There's apothecaries and mentions of doctors and.
This is like a logbook or documentary rather than book of fiction or anything else. This whole place was built to study it. She's sort of like.
Does it say what?
Go on.
Does it say what happens here to the town?
She sort of like delicately turns the pages towards the end, not wanting to rip them or anything. They're quite fine. And it says, no, but they say it was held beneath the throne room. I guess the throne room would be in that grander looking mansion building. Picture like a miniature Taj Mahal.
Right. Okay. So, possibly a Stone of Healing. Fairly worthwhile. Otherwise, we still don't know how this place came to hell.
I'm going to run back up and tell Hoda about the stone. Do you think he might be interested?
Very. You should tell him all about it.
In great and excruciating detail.
She's so excited. She feels finally like she's accepted in the group. and she gleefully runs back out of the city up towards Hoda.
When really we just keep pitting her against each other.
So, do we want to get going now that our hands are free?
You all leave. If you guys want to look around, you can make me some observation checks, but we will quickly pan up to Hoda and the princess as she approaches you. Hoda!
Yes, princess. What is it? Is everyone dead?
No, everyone's not dead. Quite the opposite. This is, although there's a strange stuff over everything, this is a place of healing. They studied healing. They have a magical item that might be able to heal even your eyes.
Okay. But I do not want my eyes healed.
She just goes silent at that. What? Why not?
When I lost my eyes, I fell into darkness, and I found my god, and he provided me with light. If I get my eyes, I may lose my god. I may lose my path. Besides, I have spent years figuring out how to live my life with no light, so that would waste all the years I have spent, and they would mean nothing.
Still, would the stone not be worth taking anyway? For others who undergo pain? I understand you have made peace with your god, and personally I would not understand a god that would begrudge you healing yourself, but that is not my choice to make, that is yours.
All pain has a reason. If you magically get rid of pain, you take away learning, you take away everything that pain teaches you. Unless you are restoring a limb, maybe. There is no point to magically healing something.
Well, she sort of flicks through the book, and there's tales here of the stone acting under holy men who had to channel gods to use it. Perhaps that god could be yours. They say it even brought men back from the brink of death, from dire poisons and crucifixions. Maybe it could heal a limb.
I would not trust anything that could do something quite so miraculous. There will be a cost. And usually the cost is much graver than the miracle. It sounds dangerous. We should destroy it, or leave it, either way. It is probably the reason this place is dead.
I don't know. I don't know why they abandoned this place, but either way, we have to find it to be able to destroy it or leave it.
No, we could just leave it.
She
Are
sort
you
of like,
going to
she sort of
stay
like
here?
cocks an ear and is like, "Oh no, I hear Mimir crying for help." That's a lie.
Yes, I know. You are very easy to read.
Thank you for giving me food and water on the journey.
It was not difficult, so there is no need for thanks.
Oh. I feel safer when you're around. The others are kind of mean.
The others value usefulness and practicality.
Oh
You
wow.
were a-
Okay.
You were raised sheltered.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna head back down and try and find the stone.
Be careful. And say hello to the others for me.
I will do. You sure you want to stay up here alone?
I have my god.
From further up the tunnel, you hear a whinny.
And I have Sleipnir.
Okay. Well, I'll see you shortly then.
Unless you die.
I'm sure we won't die. It's a place of great healing.
Usually people die when they're sure they won't die.
Okay, well, I'm moderately moderately convinced that perhaps we won't die.
Good, then I may see you soon.
Okay, I'll see you in a minute. She sort of like turns and walks away. Her feet sort of drag a little.
I'd like to properly commune with my god and see how he's feeling about everything that's going on, because that yeah, I need some guidance.
Yeah, okay. So as you commune with your god, do we have a religion check or anything like that? Possibly law, sorcery, or discipline? Are you skilled in any of those?
Law a little bit, yeah.
Let's go for law.
Okay.
Or maybe insight if you're better with insight.
I'm not better with insight.
Go with law then.
Go with law. This is kind of important, so I'm actually going to use a momentum if I can.
Yeah, sure. If you just want a straight out answer, an automatic critical success, I'll give it to you for 2 doom.
No, that's fine. It's so fucking thirsty. Okay.
Okay. So, you get a strange sensation from your god. It is mixed feelings.
Okay.
A large part is praise for your trepidation. For their feeling is also trepidatious, which is another part. 2 successes, you can tell there is something worth a lot to this god here. But also a great peril. And sort of the fear that perhaps you've had enough pain.
Okay.
They're sort of almost mirroring your emotions. You are accurately representing your god in that you are being cautious, but part of your god is saying go down there. There's clearly something down there that means something to your god, but they fear the trials it would take to get to it. And not in a take these trials to be worthy of being my champion.
Yeah. Okay. I will. I'll stay where I am for now,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna stop like scribbling and muttering and that kind of thing. I'm just gonna sit down, press against a wall, and wait for the screaming.
The inevitable screaming.
Yep.
So what have the rest of you been?
I'm gonna smile as I'm gonna smile as I think the princess is heading down back towards them, and I dealt with that so quickly.
So what are the rest of you doing as the princess reapproaches?
Oh. Okay. I say we just get this done. Does So as she gets closer, does your book say where the stone was kept?
Apparently there is a treasury room beneath the throne room. As if there's not enough treasure in this place. Even more wonders apparently lie beneath. Including the stone. Perhaps more magical items than...
Right. Well. Thinking we might want to head down there, see if we can't at least find this one stone of healing. Did we find out anything as to where the hell the people went?
The princess is going to look around. She's going to make an observation check. Have you seen anything that might hint? I can read fairly well.
I just know to not go to that house over there. That's about it. So...
she spots it when you point it out, with one success, and... Oh.
What?
That says quarantine above the door.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderfully reassuring. Yeah, don't go in there.
What is quarantine?
What would they have to quarantine?
Where they put the sick.
Yeah, but that place is designed to not let anybody out. You're going in there, you're not coming out of it again.
That makes sense for quarantine.
Isn't the idea of...
Well, if it was something they could recover from eventually, they'd get out. If they just shoved them in there to die,
I think they're just shoving them in there to die.
Hang, I can go back to the library and see if I can find anything about it. I mean, it doesn't look like the rest of the city, right? Maybe it was...
No, it doesn't.
Maybe it was something they added as part of their studies?
Maybe it was created because something stopped working and they had to deal with the sick. And maybe that's what happened to this place. Maybe it died out.
Surely the gods didn't leave them.
You
No,
never know. Gods do crazy things. So...
build all this as a monument?
Maybe they pissed off a god. Who knows?
If they did all die, there's no corpses or bones or anything left behind.
There's dust everywhere.
Well, I mean, there wouldn't fit that many corpses in one building, right?
You'd think they'd have to get them out.
That's quite a small building. Maybe it goes underground. It could be an alternate entrance to the treasury. Maybe it's a path of no way out because you go in and then you find the healing stone and then you heal and then you can leave via the palace.
No, I'm not going into that building whatsoever. We'll go through the palace. Much easier. Much less daunting.
Okay, that makes sense.
Unless you can find any books on why that building's there.
Yeah, I'll go and check.
It sounds fantastic.
And she scurries back to the library. As she goes, she just gives a slight...
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's
Sounds
okay.
good.
It was just I got a spore in my nose. It's fine.
Yeah, and that's how you die. Right, I am already getting worried about this place.
Maybe we should be covering our faces.
Maybe. Right. I'm gonna have to redraw this entire thing. I mean, might be a little too late for us at this point. Who knows? But perhaps we should really try to find this stone, in case everything goes to hell. Could head over to the palace once Princess is back with whatever information she's looking up.
Okay.
Princess Encyclopedia Britannica.
Could I be taking extra kind of look at this quarantine house to try to...
Sure you
I'm
can.
just gonna. I think it's just a death house, to be totally honest.
Why don't you give me an observation check?
Alrighty.
On a single success, you can tell that this house is indeed not big enough to house many people. It's the size of a single room, in fact. It's much more likely that this is an entrance
Looks
to
like we got a
somewhere
new
else. Thank you very much for the raid, Ixar. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, so you can tell maybe the princess is right. This does seem like an entrance somewhere.
I look around real fast to see if the princess is there, and if I don't see her, I'll say, I think she might be right about this house. It's only one room small, or one room large, or I guess either works, but that's not a whole, for the size of this city, doesn't seem like nearly enough space. People would have to get in and out. So,
Well, no one's getting out of that building. So if anybody goes in, there better be another way out somewhere else. It's not happening through that door. So,
all right.
I'm concerned, that's all. We're worried about this place being trapped. That's the biggest trap I've seen here.
I trust your expertise.
Oh yeah, I'll remind you in meta, you discovered that from a trap check.
Right.
Want to head over to the main house?
You mean baby Taj Mahal?
Yeah, the mini Taj Mahal.
Taj Jr. Has Princess made her way back out yet? Not going without our, meat shield, so.
She comes out with another tome. This one does not have the gold leaf around the edge. She's like, at some point they transitioned to regular paper. I'm not
Ran
sure
out of gold.
why. There was a plague. Some terrible affliction that they couldn't cure. Not even the stone could cure it.
Huh.
Okay, time to go.
But no, wait, they were working on a cure.
I'm sure they were.
And then they left.
Or. Who
Alright.
knows?
If it's too late, a cure might be our only hope.
You're not wrong.
I mean, we did breathe in the spores.
This entire thing ends on the second episode because we all died due to spores, guys.
Is that what that is?
I mean, it doesn't say anything about spores in this book. It just says that people carried the disease.
We haven't run into any people here.
So we should be fine.
Maybe.
What if...
Oh, hang on. This is the last book they wrote. Right at the end. The chief physicians, they were dying out. The plague spread despite their quarantines.
What if the moss is the corpses?
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, I think it would be bad.
Didn't we run into Moss outside? In that small little thing?
Not outside the door.
Okay.
You had the rotten wood that you got covered in, and there was some up where Hoda is waiting. But that's still on this side of the
That's
door.
what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's still on this
Okay.
side of the door.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Right. Wonderful. So, what I'm understanding then is even if we get this stone of healing, it might not even help us if we are infected, or there's just, I don't know, everything's going to hell. Fantastic.
They blocked up this place with people still in it. A small team stayed committed to trying to cure the plague.
Okay. That explains the lack of bodies. Or the ones that we just haven't found yet.
I know it's a bit late, but I said this is how you get cursed.
This is how you get cursed.
We'll die knowing you were right. So.
And we'll die as adventurers. That's exciting.
Oh, God.
In a place where no one will know of us.
And they won't actually know we're adventurers. They're just gonna think we're lost.
Oh, and we kind of opened the door as well.
Dude. Don't you just love being an adventurer?
Tiliang, did you put the sign back?
No.
Okay.
Right.
It'll be fine. We'll get out okay. This will be fine.
Ain't it his plague? And we opened the door.
Pandora's box, am I right? It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
It could get out.
It definitely states it was only spread by people. They couldn't quarantine people fast enough before it spread.
Right.
So there's no people around, so...
Are we not people?
Yeah, but we haven't met any infected people.
Yet.
That's to my point. She'll look around to the moss and the spores and be like, we might have met them in a fashion.
People don't become like... She takes a scoop of it. They don't become like plant life though, right?
They could.
People become...
We
dust.
decompose like everything else.
It's true.
Ew. She like looks at her hand. No, I refuse to believe it, she says. She says, but her action, she wipes the moss stuff back off her hand. Sorry, I just saw chat, that's it, burn everything.
Right? I'm with chat on this.
So should we head on to the palace? That's where the team moved to, apparently, if we want to find the cure and...
Possibly find zombies. It sounds fantastic. Let's go.
There's no such thing as zombies.
Oh, you're...
She says
In luck,
confidently.
There's no such thing as this city either, according to what.
Yeah, I thought it was a fairy tale for you.
Well, it is, right? We're still in a fairy tale.
Oh. Sure. Fairy tale, horror story, take your pick. I'm saying let's go. Why not? What have you got to lose?
Yeah.
We might all already be dead.
I'm loving the music timing on you saying, let's go! Well, onwards then. To the manor house. It's hardly a palace, it's not even as big as my bedroom.
Oh, you lucky duck, you. Thanks, Streep. Right. Yeah. The lounge is just whatever. Let's go with it.
As you head on, before you get to the palace, I will give you another secret.
Uh-huh.
For a singular doom.
Oh, just a single doom.
Eeny bitty little bit of doom.
Itty bitty doom. Yeah, let's go. In for a penny, in for a pound. Bring on the doom.
You can see beyond this palace, there is another ridgeway leading up, and it looks like there is an exit leading to the other side of the mountains. This could be a shortcut for you, which would take hundreds of kilometers off of your journey, wherever it is you go. But there's surely nothing much east.
Right. So, you look up there? That's our ticket out of here. If nothing else at the end of this. Beats the long way around.
Do we know where it will take us, though?
Other side of the mountain.
Right. The children are all up at the beginning of the cave.
Yeah. But if we know
Onward.
that this works, then we can help get them through. We don't really want to bring them through now, and we don't know how this is going to go.
Right.
But if this leads where I think it does, and this path doesn't kill us, we can go get them, get the horse that I keep thinking is a donkey, and probably cut some time off our travels.
All right. I think we've wasted enough time anyways.
Right, onward. Let's go.
As you enter the palace, you enter via the main door. There are smaller doors around.
I'm not seeing anything weird or wonky or trap-like. I can roll if you want me to.
No, I'm genuinely trying to figure out if there would be any. No, there's no trap on this door. In fact, the princess, as you approach, says above, "Welcome and be healed."
Yeah, that's warm. Right. Let's go in then. Princess first?
I don't mind.
Wonderful.
She goes forward and she takes this great white gold door handle and begins to pull, and the door begins to swing. Unfortunately,
I'll go help her.
yeah, thank you. Precious metals are also most reactive. So the hinges are not very good. In fact, they are the opposite of good. They are quite loud.
Oof.
Hoda, you hear from the far end of the cavern a shrieking.
Is it a human shrieking or something I would notice as not human shrieking?
Give me an observation roll.
Yeah, okay. Sounds like humans.
Sounds like humans.
Alright, I'll run in towards the shrieking.
Soon you get the door open, and each of you can head inside. The
Okay.
throne. This is a singular room. This is not a palace after all. It is
These places in their singular rooms.
It is a throne room with a bed en suite. Like, the bed is right there beneath. Well, you can see a rail. It looks as though it might have been behind a curtain once.
I'm seriously questioning whoever built this town.
Have you noticed that there's no... Like, there's only the moss or metal? There's no, like, wood or anything anymore. I checked the doors in town. They had hinges, just no doors.
Alright. That's not at all creepy. Any thoughts what that might mean, Princess? Put your cognitive skills to use.
Any thoughts about what, sorry?
Why there's no wood?
Maybe it all rotted.
Right, sure.
I mean, you said this place was from your fairy tales growing up. That would usually indicate that it's very old.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Right.
As Hoda heads through the town, you hear the shrieking stop, and it sort of echoes across the cavern wall, but you can still make your way towards it.
Let me know when I get there.
Oh, I will. Well, I guess there must be a door or entrance downstairs somewhere.
Behind the throne. I don't see any other place. We come in and it's one room.
Makes sense.
I'll start looking around to see if there's like something you can activate, a secret door or something.
Yeah,
Aiming
same.
So as you are looking around, you can see behind the throne. Indeed, you are right. It's not a door as such, as like a fold in the wall where two walls don't quite meet, leaving a gap which people can walk through.
This is clever.
Right. This whole place is just weird.
Entering, the princess goes ahead.
Of course, good. I would have it no other way.
And just as Hoda steps across the threshold, you hear a genuine scream
Where?
from the princess.
Yeah, I figured.
Hoda, you are rejoined with the rest of the party.
I am here. What happened? Who screamed?
Princess.
Okay.
Just now.
Your response is okay?
I assumed. What is what is happening? Where? Which one?
She went on ahead.
Okay. I go on ahead.
Alright.
Do you let Hoda go on ahead? Because honestly, the idea of describing this without sight excites me.
Yes.
Yes.
As you round the doorway, you can hear the princess whimpering a little way ahead. Dream, I hope that means you're done. Ahead, she is whimpering slightly, and as you come in, you hear her sort of say, "No, no, wait, stay back!" Just as your foot crunches on something. And you can hear the slight poof of dust. True dust, not some spore this time. And suddenly, you get the waft of decay. Putting your hand out, you will feel a bench. A metal bench. On top, there is indeed glass instruments. They're very advanced. That was a person.
What was a person?
You trod on their leg.
Just like a skeleton?
No, they were wrapped in, like, old swadding. Maybe bandages.
But they were dead.
Oh, very dead.
Well, then I'm sure they do not mind. Come on, we should go.
Just like all the others, there's 5 of them in here. The book said that 6 remained.
So there is one left.
How's it going in there?
Yeah, it's wonderful there's dead people.
Oh, fabulous.
Oh dear, trod on one.
Oh, even better.
I think
Would
I
you like to come in and see?
Yeah, sure, why not? Cilantro will go in.
As you go in, you can indeed see 5
And I'm
people.
going to be very careful to not step on something.
5 people wrapped in bandages. The floor still covered in these spores. Glass apparatus set out almost like a chemistry set, just like Hoda could feel. And a tank. In this tank, there is what looks like an old, dried soil, perhaps. All the nutrients gone. This is the only place that the spores do not grow.
Right.
And as you come in, you each get that whiff of decay.
Wonderful.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on here?
Well, looks like a bunch of people died in here. Looks like they were trying to figure out how to not die. And looks like I'm missing a person.
How did they die?
It's a plague
Oh, good.
that even that stone could not heal.
Yeah.
But they think they were onto a cure. Do we think that maybe the spores are the cure? And because they're not in this room and they're everywhere else, there was no barrier to this particular room.
I'm more inclined to check out the dirt. I might curious about why that doesn't have any spores and whatnot. Yeah. Huh. It's going to be interesting, this one. Is there any, like, do I see any, like, books or notes or papers? Because it looks kind of like if there's been apparatuses that they would have used to experiment, presumably. In theory, did they have any, like, notes or books or anything lying around?
You can see old spines and pieces of metal that would act like clips, but it would seem like the rest of the materials. The paper itself hasn't survived.
Okay. Huh. Grand. Well.
Oh. Hey, back here? The princess has wandered further into the room looking around. Beneath this bench there's a trapdoor.
We should not touch anything.
But this would surely lead down into the treasury.
In theory, yes.
Or it could lead to wherever this plague came from. I mean, I do not know the details of medicine and science, but where else would a plague come from if it was not made by this city? By people?
That's an excellent point. Especially from a people that was so keen on health and whatnot.
Most likely they made it by mistake,
Yep.
and it killed them.
Well, they unfortunately created super virus of some sort.
Yeah, in the back of the room she says, that's familiar. That was one of the theories in the book. That they tried to cure this plague with the stone and instead the plague mutated to, well, you know.
That's wonderful.
And so you see why magical cures have a price.
Magic always has a price.
I guess you were right.
Yes, I was.
But they said the people were the ones that spread the plague, so now we're almost certainly infected, right? If we leave,
Who
we'll
knows?
spread it.
Well, you said these people were your ancestors, were they not?
No, I just said that the crest was on the seal.
Oh. Right. No idea then. I don't know if there's a happy ending to their story at all. So, Find the treasury?
How big is the trapdoor the princess found? Is it
Large.
very large? And
I would
has
say
she?
it's about 4 feet across, like a corridor's width, and 6 to 8 feet long.
Has the princess continued coughing or anything?
Has the what, sorry?
Has the princess continued coughing or showing any indications of illness like she did earlier?
No.
Okay.
To be honest, her cough earlier was less infectious and more, like she said, she got something up her nose. More of a sort
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Just all paranoid now. It's fine.
I think further investigation would be inviting disaster. I will not stop you if you want to go and spread this plague, but I think we should go back and we should leave. This place is cursed.
I have no doubt about that one.
That's odd. I was saying the same thing earlier.
And yet you stayed.
And yet here we are.
Leave them.
I would again posit that we've already done the bad thing and we need to see it through to the end. We're gonna either die in this place from the plague or die on the way back home from the plague.
So you're saying the sword is halfway in, why not push it all the way?
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
As I said, I will not stop you, but I think this is stupid.
Princess, what's your take?
I mean, why would you cover their trapdoor? That tells me that the 6th person must have been on this side, unless the other 5 closed him down there.
Ooh, and I
But
wonder why
then-
that would be.
Who bandaged them up?
Hard to say. Maybe we should go in and check.
I don't mind going ahead. I'm not scared.
Excellent.
Your
Well, that's
screams
good.
earlier would say a different thing.
I've never seen a dead body before.
And now you're prepared, so if there's another one on the other side, you've seen 5 now, you're fine.
Okay, she starts heaving at the desk. It's quite pathetic.
It's great for us to watch, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're enjoying this.
I mean, you know, she fails her rolls. It's a long push, moving it sort of like inch by inch. It takes a long time, but eventually she gets this desk like just out of the way and starts pulling on this trapdoor.
I'm gonna go help open the trapdoor.
Eventually one of us is bound to.
The princess shrieks and leaves you on your own, Tiarling, as you lift the trapdoor. Corpses. Not bandaged. Skeletons. Dusty. Decomposed. It's a stairway which is just covered in some bandaged, some not bodies.
What was that scream about?
Well, she's seen corpses, but not a pile of them in a hole.
Apparently
I'm
she needs more
guessing-
practice.
Well, that was very good practice.
So you found more corpses.
Which is a little strange, now you think of it. But
It's
there's only supposed to be
strange-
one more.
It's strange to find corpses in a plague city.
Well, if her words were correct and there's only supposed to be 6 people left here, we found 5 of them. I don't know why there's more in this place.
How many corpses did you find in the city?
Throughout the rest of the city, I don't think any.
Then this is clearly where they were putting them.
which is weird because there's, well, it is the tiny building. There is a building marked for quarantine, which is where I would have suspected them go.
I mean, I said it earlier. Maybe that's the way in. You have to go through the treasury and get your healing and then come out this way.
Doesn't look like they came out this way.
I don't think so.
I have to ask,
successfully.
after finding a house boarded up with probably dead people inside, and I'm assuming references to plague and everything, whose decision was it to keep going?
It's really sort of more not anybody saying no.
Okay, well, allow
I
me to
said
say
bad
no.
idea.
I think this is
True.
a terrible idea. I think we should leave.
Again,
Is there anything amongst the corpses?
Yes. You can find rings,
Oh,
bracelets,
Yeah.
necklaces, small pieces of jewelry that the common person would wear. Well, the affluent common person would wear in an affluent city.
Okay.
However, they are all slightly covered in, well,
yeah, gross.
yeah.
That's it. There's nothing really. It's just a bunch of dead bodies in there. Huh.
that's all I see.
Right. I'm
I
not going in there.
think we should go down there. I want to find the stone.
Right. So I take it back. The person that keeps pushing this journey forward is this one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're the one who wants to go down there, princess.
Would anyone like to investigate the hole closely?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Please give
I'll
me some
join on that
observation
one.
rolls. Difficulty
Observation. I don't remember if I'm good at that.
Boom, critical success. You can see amongst the bodies, or rather further down, you can see where the bodies have been more gently arranged.
Yeah, sweet.
Bones organized. Someone's been tidying down there.
Like recently tidying up?
Hard to say recently, but
Maybe the last thing they did.
possibly.
Wonderful.
Tilling's just gonna sort of start heading down there, so.
Great!
Yeah.
I thought you guys were under the consensus you weren't going down. Cool.
No one listens to Hodu.
The girls are all apparently in. The guys are out. That's actually how this has been going.
Getting down there, Liang, it's a bit of a trample to get down. And the smell is more old down here. Old decay rather than the bodies upstairs, but once you get past the bodies, you see that this too has been set up like a lab, like upstairs. Except down here there are many more of these fish tanks containing soil. There is a body leaning against one of the desks. It looks fairly fresh.
Hello?
Alondra wants nothing to do with this.
And I'll go cautiously approach the person.
You may all head down whenever you feel like joining. If you feel like joining at all, of course, you may stay above. Seeing Tilian go down, Christinia will also follow.
Yeah, I might be like on. Is there stairs?
Yeah, once a few people have walked through, you can see that beneath the corpses there are in fact stairs. You're sort of crushing into them slowly.
There's a fresher corpse down here.
Is that a corpse?
Just say hello.
As long as it didn't say hello back, we're good.
Mm.
I'm sure I do not want to go running towards that. A fresher corpse in a place that's supposed to have been sealed off for a long time. That means there is someone still alive here.
Or
What did it-
was more recently.
All right.
I'm gonna go see if I can see what they were working on. I think this might be the 6th person, maybe?
Okay. Yeah. All right.
He leans against a tank. In this tank, there are spores everywhere.
Does it look like he has any... Like he was wearing protective lab gear of any sort, or...
No.
No?
His skin is wiry and old, stretched too thin, as though it was alive far too long. As you... Would you touch him to see what he was working on? He's clutching something.
Yes, I would try to be very cautious in case it was something that could disintegrate, like paper or wood.
As you gently go to move his arm...
Oh, God's almighty.
He
I'm
takes the stone from that he was clutching
Oh.
and presses it to his mouth, drinking from it. I did it! I did
got
it!
You did the cure?
I've cured the plague. The spores.
Are the cure?
The spores are the cure.
You did well.
The stone is tainted.
Tainted by what?
The plague.
Where's the cure? Is it in this tank?
Yes.
How do we distribute it to everybody?
Who is left?
Oh, us.
You speak Samorian?
I
Oh,
do.
your accent is weird.
Not from directly around here, travelers.
How long has it been?
I don't know, but long enough that tales of this city have turned to fairy tales.
I've used the stone to prolong my own life.
How's it going down there, Tilly?
Good. I think we have a cure.
Oh,
You
not wonderful.
speak the language of the slaves. As I presume you speak to Alandra and Aquilonian.
Yes.
To be clear, the oppressors were the Aquilonians in this timeline.
Uh-huh.
Do the slaves live on too?
I got a level with you, sir. It's Ooh, it's empty up there. Except for well, you're probably aware of the corpses over there. But there's nobody up top that we could see.
Forgotten is this place.
Remembered fondly in fairy tales?
We spent so many years developing cures for all ailments.
And we'll be happy to make sure that work doesn't go in vain and
Clutches
the world.
at your armor. Do you know we found a way to cure a broken arm straight in 6 weeks?
That would be very helpful for a lot of people.
This is standard practice, Tilly. You would know that. Easy.
Good news. I think your work has been out in the world. I'm familiar with this setting of bones after they break.
Good.
You've. So we just touched the dirt. How do we?
The spores.
Oh well. Mission accomplished on that one. Cool. Yeah. Is there anything we can do to help you?
I am done.
Okay.
And he sort of slumps, loosing the stone. And the stone rolls to the ground. You may take it if you wish.
No.
Get away from the princess.
For 200 doom.
I'm not touching the tainted stone. I'm sorry.
Looks
Oh,
like
I'm imagining like Cave of Wonders Aladdin when Abu grabs the gem. Everything's gonna come down.
Welcome, Tales from the Grim. Thank you so much for the raid. The princess stands nearby,
Mother.
gazing on the stone.
No. No, child.
It's tainted.
Good.
He
Here's
said
your
it's
lesson.
tainted. By
Yeah,
the
now
plague.
coming on with a 6-month sub. Thank you. You get a new badge.
Yeah.
But it could cure anything. The books say, Tiliang.
It's also possibly the reason for the plague.
But they found a cure for the plague. What could
Yeah.
go wrong?
Oh, I think I don't have specific answers for that at this point, but I'm just gonna say, Oh dear was onto something, so we should leave it or destroy it because other people might find it.
But it's so pretty.
Princess, don't touch anything down there.
I'm not.
You
Tiliang,
lie to me, I swear to God.
Tiliang, we don't have to tell the others. Just you and me. It can be our secret. We could keep it.
I'm
Nope.
gonna murder this child later.
Mm-mm.
Look, do you see the liquid spilling out onto the ground? It looks like honey, but more golden. How can this be bad?
Ooh. Bees sting you when you try to take their honey? I think she's gonna pick up the stone.
I'm Gods.
I don't want to touch it.
Alondra makes her way down hearing that.
The princess spins on her heel, looking towards Elandra. I didn't touch it, but I mean, we could.
Get out. No. No. Get out. I will pick you up, so help me God.
We're supposed to find treasure.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's not treasure. I'm pretty sure that's a death sentence.
Treasure galore. Look at this stuff. I mean, you probably have nicer, and I'll just like start going through stuff, kind of like I'm imagining like a magician going like with the multicolored scarf, just keeps pulling out like different trinkets from things, like whole lot of wealth up there that doesn't cause plagues. So
Priorities. Wealth that doesn't cause plagues.
I never thought of myself as too discerning before. But maybe.
Maybe we don't have to drink from it or take it, but I could at least touch the thing from my
No.
dreams,
No.
my childhood stories.
I'm gonna go with a big definite no. I will pick you up, so help me God, if you do not move up this body-ridden stairs right now.
Okay, I'll.
Princess?
Okay, I'll move on.
Does she actually, or does she throw herself onto the stone?
She like scuffs her feet for a moment and looks at it.
Uh-huh.
Almost in like an act of defiance, she just sort of like kicks it with the toe of her sandal, and then giggles and runs.
I have half a mind to leave her down here.
I would do so with my whole mind.
That's fair. Hindsight, you and me should have just gotten out of here and left her down here.
Maybe there'll be another chance.
Let's go get her to go into the quarantine house.
Sure.
There is another exit to this room.
Oh, is there? Where does that exit look like it's going?
It looks like it leads a long ways towards the city, and there are more
Oh,
bones.
is that pathway I found earlier?
There are more bones stacked up.
Of course there are. Great. Oh, God. So really, we can't just, trap her down here. Got it.
Well, it looks like... I'll give it to you. It looks like it heads towards that quarantine building.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't be able to
Oh, okay. So,
out that way. But
damn. Right. So, I make my way back up out of the trapdoor because I don't want to be near the stupid death stone.
it's okay, Hoda. We all accidentally took the cure.
No, we didn't.
Isn't that a relief, Mimir?
Slightly. Can we go now?
Yes,
Yes.
I would like to move on.
Let's get out before anybody gets any brilliant ideas. There is a way, it looks like it all connects through to, I don't know. It's just connecting. We could go through this. I'm a little terrified, if I'm being honest. A little awful. So,
Okay.
I'm
We
not
should
very
go
fond
grab
of this
the-
adventure thing.
Was there someone alive down there?
Yes.
Did any of you touch him?
No. Well. Yeah, but
Ziliang touched him a whole bunch.
No one likes a tattletale, princess.
also phrasing.
She looks at you confused.
I know, I could.
Did he have the plague?
maybe. But he was the one that developed the cure, and he had kept himself alive for I don't know
Yes.
how long. With the healing stone, and told me it was contaminated by the plague, which lines right up with what the books were saying.
What did you do with the stone?
It's still down there on the ground where he dropped it.
If someone else comes here, now that we have opened this place up, it could spread the plague again.
It could. I don't know how to I mean, I know how to destroy stones, but I don't know if that will work in this case.
Oh dear, as you utter that sentence, you get the resounding ping from your god of "you are right."
Okay. Well then, I will go down. I will destroy the stone.
Right. Don't touch it.
You should all head back.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here.
We should seal this place off. I
Yeah.
think you should leave everything you found here.
Yeah.
Nothing good will come from desecrating this tomb. But I leave that up to you if you want to be cursed. And I start heading down.
Christinia laughs. This isn't a tomb, it's a city.
It's a
T-
It's
Tell
a
that to
tomb.
all the people wandering around, living their lives.
Oh wait, they're not. They're dead.
Thank you,
Oh.
Alandra.
Oh.
What? Yeah.
Now I'm gonna head down, and I may need some help finding the
Oh yeah. Ooh, okay.
yeah.
Uh,
Don't all volunteer at once.
I'm. What's your plan to destroy the thing?
I'll go with you.
There we go.
Okay.
Wouldn't a rock pick work? It's a rock?
Yes, but I don't know if that will disperse magics. I don't know anything about magic.
I. Nope, that's more supernatural ability. I think.
Rocks like this, they are typically alchemy, right?
I will hit it with my stick.
Actually, I've got one other thing. Pierce the Veil. It's one of my talents.
Mm-hmm.
Knack recognizing subtle cues of supernatural ability whenever you're in the presence of supernatural or beings with unusual powers, particularly if you're not aware of them. I'm not sure if that's only people or if it also counts towards things. I would have to make a average insight test.
You can make that test if you like.
Okay.
Maybe use a thingy, a rolling thing. What the hell is it?
Momentum?
Momentum. There it is.
This is DC
Maybe-
1.
Yeah. Let's see. I did it.
Narrowly did it.
I did
So
the thing.
you can tell from inspecting it. Do you touch it?
No.
From inspecting it, you can tell that the external stone is not magical,
Okay.
but the liquid inside is.
Okay.
Or it contains something that is.
Right. So destroying the stone, not going to be the only part of this. It's what's inside the stone that counts.
What is inside the stone?
Something magical. Just trust me on this.
How do I destroy something magical inside a stone?
Have to have magical knowledge to destroy magical things.
Okay.
The fluid that spills from the stone has sort of pooled around it.
Gross. What's the ground like in here? Is it actually like dirt or is it or just stone?
It's stone.
Okay, cool. Just curious. It's not seeping into anything.
Mimir goes ahead and rips a bit of his sleeve up and just throws it on top of the liquid stuff there.
Thank you, Mimir.
It's just clothes. We don't want to touch that, I don't think.
I don't think you're any part of that.
You can easily get to the stone without touching the liquid.
Actually, this is probably something I have to ask as Hodo. Is the liquid infinite? Does it just keep coming out? Yes, okay. Well, I don't really know magic, so I would like to destroy this thing, but
About that magic thing. Maybe let me try and take care of it.
Oh,
okay.
right.
That would be an alchemy, correct?
Yes, indeed, you may make an alchemy check. With a difficulty 1, success. You discover that the liquid is not magical on its own. However, you will need to touch the fluid unless you pay me a doom point.
You and your doom.
I like to have a good bank.
Oh, I'll touch the fluid.
Okay, so you get this golden liquid on your hands. Perhaps smell it. I wouldn't go so far as to make you taste it, but you can tell it is not itself magical. There is indeed this magical item on the inside, and merely exposing that item to the air without the fluid would be enough to destroy it.
Okay. If we can somehow get all the liquid out and then get the magic component inside out, that would kill it. Destroy it, whatever. We have to... I think our best bet would be to upend the stone and then hit it.
I can do that.
Perfect.
If you set it up, I'll hit it.
I'll set it up. I've already touched it.
I'll hit it.
Got a mental image of like a golf ball swing going on there as you set it up, and then.
So, you guys can do this, but let's have some scaling checks. We'll go for athletics from Hoda and resistance from Mimir.
Might want to use a momentum on that resistance.
Yes, use your momentum.
Do it.
Difficulty 2 checks each.
Oh, I might need. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Do it.
How much momentum do we have left?
I've got 6 down. You guys got tons.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I don't, because I used a lot last week.
Oh, it's all pulled together. I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a
Yeah.
shared pool.
Okay. Then, yeah. Okay.
So, I will use a momentum as well.
You can use more than one for extra dice if you want to.
I will use.
Actually, no. I know what I do if it doesn't work out, and I pray. Okay, I'm gonna use my reroll.
Oh, very
yeah.
nice.
Oh god, I'm still sitting on a couple.
Oh.
Oh.
So. Ready for the dog to be on. As you hit the stone and shatter it, in fact, yeah, I'll worry if she goes quiet. As you shatter the stone, and it does shatter, Mimir, the liquid covers your hand. As the stone breaks, the fluid on the ground forms the symbol. One of the symbols that you may have seen Hodir tracing on the ground, idly. Inside, there is a small disc, which is now completely blackened. And when it touches the ground and finally exposes to air, the golden gloop all turns black and etches into the ground. The stone is destroyed. Mimir, you are fine. What
Is it
to worry about?
Is it just myself and Mimir down here? Like destroying the stone?
I don't know. I think Alondra might still be on the steps because she was like, okay, you guys kind of have this, maybe. So she's around. She didn't leave yet.
I was just gonna say, like, I wouldn't have noticed the anything except for this being destroyed.
Does anyone tell Hodir?
Alondra probably makes some sort of comment. That was something weird. That was... Huh. Right. Let's continue.
The thing is destroyed. We should leave.
Yeah, did some weird shit while I was at it, but you know. Right, come on, let's get going before the princess runs off and falls into a pit.
Okay. As we're leaving, I just want to say, I hope everyone has learned something about keeping on going when you should clearly turn back.
I did. Question: do you think it would be wise if the spores and whatnot are the cure, if we took some with us, just in case?
With the destruction of the stone, the last bit of the plague has burned out.
Okay.
You can take it if you want for, I don't know, science or medicine or something, but
Sure.
these people were clearly idiots.
We make a better stone that actually does what it's supposed to.
Or make cures that don't kill everyone.
There we go.
I don't
Right.
think it was lack of intelligence so much as hubris. 6-1, I guess.
Yeah.
But shortcut?
What shortcut?
Oh, there's a ledge that goes up, and we think it might lead out to the other side of the mountain range.
I would prefer not to come through this place again. I am happy with the long route.
Oh, but I do want to get back. If the uprising in the west has been successful, then surely my father is back in power, and he'd be very pleased to see me.
What if your dad's dead?
The people wouldn't kill my father.
People kill kings all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
a Zamorian king hasn't been killed since ancient
Since
times.
the last one was killed.
No, it's not recorded in any of the histories.
The victors write the histories.
There's a first time for everything.
There is not much point in what ifs. Plus, we are going in the opposite direction from where you want to go anyway, so what is an extra month or two?
I suppose you're right.
I usually am.
So where do we actually plan to go? She says as you all start walking.
I would like to go around the mountain.
Somewhere to eventually to a port where I can get the heck out of here. Stay away.
Get all these actual children home. By the way,
Oh
we
yeah.
should probably go check on them.
Oh, we should. We did leave them alone.
No one forgot about them. It's fine.
It's
Never.
fine. Sleipnir is with them. He will protect them.
I actually really trust that horse.
He's a good horse.
Well, that's good. Right. Let's head out.
Yes.
Back the way we came.
As we leave the city, gathering our many children, the sandstorm passes and we make our way. And nothing bad at all happens to Mimir.
Never.
At one point, the princess is slightly quiet. I think probably she's been so annoying that each of you take it as a moment of peace. Maybe she finally ran out of steam. But standing at the back of the pack, she just sort of idly licks a little bit of golden fluid off her finger.
Don't you put it in your mouth.
And that's where we'll
Point of
wrap up
interest.
this week's session.
Oh my god. That girl.
I'm gonna kill her.
No one
We
listens
probably
to
should
Holding.
do that, like, right away next session.
I'm going, yeah. You know what? Stab her in her sleep. We're done. I I'm done with this child.
I hate to say, probably should kill me too.
No, you seem fine.
Seemed fine.
Elantra's just gonna go on a murder
mean-
spree. Fine.
The only way to get out of this is to murder everyone and then yourself. Tee-hee. So here we are at the end, everyone. Why don't we go around? Also, chat and players, let me know what you think of the music. Someone reached out to me on Twitter telling me I could use their stuff, and I tried it out for the first time. Let me know what you think of it.
It's great.
So we'll go the other way around this time. We'll start with Sheepdog. Sheepdog, how are you? Who are you? What do you do? What was your favourite bit?
I'm Sheepdog. I'm good, thank you. I am always right, is what I do. And I really enjoyed having that chat with the princess outside before I got screamed in to run and save everyone when no one needed saving. But yeah, that chat with her, I really enjoyed that. That was a nice little delve into Hodil.
Fantastic. I'm just trying to remember what your daddy sheep do. That's what it is. That's what the big pause was. Me trying to remember what.
Make people work to find me. You know?
Make them work.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
That's not even your
It's
Twitter
not
handle.
Twitter.
Damn it! That's the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Okay.
that's not
While
my
I'm
Twitter.
figuring out what my commands even do, let's go round to Natalie, Chaotic Rogue Natalie.
This Natalie. Hi. Oh God. I'm not gonna lie. Plotting to somewhat kill the princess has been kind of fun. I'm kind of enjoying it a little more than I should. That sounds awful, but it was just kind of like, yeah, let's let her go first. She can go deal with this first. Let's just put her down the pit. It'll be fine. I'm gonna kill her next session, I think. I don't even know. I am just this child. She's gonna be the death of me. So I gotta be the death of her. Yeah, I think that's my favorite part. Besides just being like, whatever, let's just go in and do this. Alondra doesn't care. She's whatever. She figures she'll die at some point. That's probably better for the rest of the world. So she's just gonna dive in head first. Unless there's something weird and glowy, in which case she ain't touching it. Anyways, hi, my name is Natalie, also known as Chaotic Rogue. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, which is just @Chaotic Rogue. I tweet about really stupid TTRPG stuff, especially a lot of D&D because I'm back to playing in my home game. You can find me also, if you enjoy my shenanigans, I am also on the Little Busters show on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on Encounter RP, where I'm playing a ridiculously weird 12-year-old kid who draws ghosts. Fun. I just play weird people. I got a couple other things coming up soon, but it's good times had by mostly me. I just do weird stuff. It's great.
See dead people. They come out.
It's wonderful.
At night, mostly. Thank you so much. So now we have the next Natalie, another Natalie.
Because we need
Natalie.
always more. I love it.
You can never have too many Natalies.
Exactly.
I am also Natalie at @dark_aardvark on the Twitter. And keeping with the same name, I also do weird stuff like building some props, working on a magical wand right now. That should be fun. Have some ideas for setting and DMing myself on a stream. So hopefully sometime in 2019, I'll be promoting that. As for tonight, I really enjoyed Hodir. Just playing that character that doesn't want to do the thing can be difficult in the group, and I think I love the way he handled it. We got it was not, he had obviously good reasons to not want to do it, and we got just a little glimpse into backstory stuff too, I think, with talking to the god, and that was cool to see.
Yeah, fantastic. Lastly, Torn Pixie Twitch. Oh, hi.
Hi. So I'm Torn Pixie Twitch on Twitter and Instagram. I DM a campaign every other Friday on my channel, and we run another one every Sunday. Actually, both within the same world, which is completely homebrewed and uses bits. At least mine uses bits of Retroverse and Dark Matter. It's pretty insane. And then I do art as well, and a little bit of video production. Although that's on hold for now.
Fantastic, thank you. Did we get your favorite part?
Oh, I really liked the whole plot juice. Yeah, I'm gonna just go around that. My character says no. And just the thought line behind it, the reasoning, he gave all around was like, no, this is a lesson for something I did stupid at one point in my life, is basically how it comes out. And everybody does stupid things and they need to learn, and if they take the easy route to healing, they don't learn. So I liked that, because I largely agree.
Yeah, totally. I think I agree with you all as well. That was also my favorite part. Trying to convince you, trying to put the peer pressure on you and everything else, and trying to pull you in whilst you resisted.
Yeah,
was really fun interplay, and also all of your reactions to the princess at various points through the game. Yeah, nothing bad will come of this. This will be fine.
it'll be fine.
I only have 6 Doom.
Now.
Well, everyone, did I shout everyone out? Yes, I did. Well, everyone, that just leaves me. I'm Scraticus, and this is my academy. Check out my social links. We've got Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Go and check all of those out. Discord for your social community where you guys can come and talk about TTRPGs in an inclusive, safe environment. Twitter, send me a DM and I'll get you in one of our many viewer games, including Monster of the Week, 2 lots of D&D 5e, Cypher System, and Ryutama. And YouTube, this will be up on YouTube within the next week or so. Well, not even a week or so, it'll be up before the next episode, so check that out too. Also, check out the Patreon. It's one of the best ways to support us. We recently hit our $500 goal. Thank you all so much for your support. That's absolutely amazing. And you really do allow us to carry on being here doing the thing that we do. So thank you all. That goes to everyone who donates bits, donations, who comes in and views, hosts raids, all them things. Thank you all so much for the support. We also have merchandise. Go and check out the merchandise. I think it's only today, so if you're on the western border of America, hey, a notebook there with Dark Aardvark. If you head over to the merch, I think if you're on the West Coast, you've still got a couple of hours of the code TAKE20 where you can get 20% off. I don't think it runs until tomorrow as well. So enjoy that. We also have sponsors in Bird in the Storm Publishing, who create modules for D&D 5e and other TTRPGs. We recently played Clearing the Midnight Wield. It's on YouTube, and we have a bunch of other stuff coming next season from them. So that's going to be pretty hype. Next, we also have Mage Hand Press, who made the Dark Matter Alpha. The Dark Matter Alpha is a sci-fi expansion for D&D 5e. You guys can check it out in our Thursday 10 p.m. show, which is our Thursday 10 p.m. show, which is completely legitimate business run by Laugh Love Lindy, and it's a ton of fun. We also have some we also have some other sponsors down in the panels below: tabletoploot.com, ruinc.com, and erasavad.com. Check out all of those. Each one has a discount code in the panel, so check that out and click the panel to head over. I'm loving the raid cry today. I think that is very suitable. Today, we are going to head over to Glitchbutt. Glitchbutt currently just chatting. They are an artist who does memery and stuff, and in fact, they're only just starting. We'll be joining them for the start of their stream. You can often find them drawing different memes, Twitch emotes, painting, usually painting actually, not drawing. I should get my arts right. yeah, so we're going to head over there. Thank you very much, everyone, for an amazing game. As I get the raid cooling down. Can spell. There we go. As we get the raid counting down, thank you very much, everyone, for coming along this week. Until next time, keep on evoking emotions, and we'll see you next week. Bye!